What's up, guys? Welcome to Daily Dose of Reddit. This is your host with a message, and this message is, Ride the tiger! You can see his stripes, but you know he's clean! Digest that. Anyway, Zach, and today's subreddit is r/ProRevenge. Alright, this story's called Racist Karen Calls the Cops on My Cousin, so I get her business closed down. How do I do bold italic voice? Alright. So italic, Italian, so deep Italian guy. I don't know, I can't do a good Italian accent. Let's do Latin accent. Generic movie Latin. Okay, background. That was just weird. Anyway, my cousin, 23, female, recently opened up her own salon. Ew! From a young age, she taught herself how to thread, wax eyebrows, and developed an interest in makeup and hair. Everyone in our extended family would go to her before events and on a monthly basis for their threading, waxing, hair, and makeup needs. In 2020, she had a full-time job, non-salon related, but decided to renovate the basement of her home to create a small salon space. She now spends her free time taking clients in her at-home salon, and there's nothing but great reviews. Her sister helped with the renovation and now helps her with marketing the business, social media, community pages, and I help her with the finances, budgeting, price setting. We all support her and are really proud of her. The salon is our baby. We're now in the middle of a pandemic, and this greatly affected her salon business. As a result, she implemented safety measures, and our small team made sure to keep up with ProRevenge regulations in our city. This included having one customer inside at a time, doing temperature checks, making masks and face shields and gloves mandatory, wiping down the salon after each client, etc. Also, when our city was in lockdown, the salon was closed as it is not an essential service. I'm not gonna argue that. Indeed. Our city is once again in lockdown since the end of December to the end of January. The salon has been closed since the lockdown began. The salon's social media pages had been updated to let the current clientele know that the salon is closed. Now comes the Karen. Karen sees a community post from October detailing a discount that the salon was having on a certain package we offer. She comments on the post saying that she can't believe the salon is open in the middle of a lockdown when her salon has to be closed. This is important for later. Karen fails to notice that this post was made in October, when salons were allowed to operate as long as they followed safety regulations. Karen doesn't bother checking more recent posts indicating that the salon was closed. My cousin doesn't see her reply at this time. The next day, 2 police officers show up at my cousin's door while she's at a doctor's appointment. The officers ask for my cousin, and my aunt lets them know that she's not home right now. My aunt does not speak English very well and lets officers know that she would call my cousin and ask her to come home. Maybe the officers didn't believe her, but they insisted on coming inside the home. My aunt had already called my cousin as she was worried. My cousin asked what it was about, but my aunt didn't know. My cousin then asked if they had a warrant for anything. When she found out they didn't, she told her mom not to let them come inside and that she would be there in about 20 minutes. My cousin began driving home when my aunt called her to let her know that they simply left. Hearing this, my cousin was less worried and decided to go grocery shopping as planned before heading home. Turns out, the officers came back half an hour later and once again demanded to see my cousin. My aunt called my cousin again and asked her to come home, but in the 20 minutes she took to come home, the officers were gone. They had left a card and asked her to call back. My cousin managed to get a hold of the officers and was told that someone had reported her business. They claimed that she was operating during the lockdown and that they had proof. My cousin knew this wasn't true as the salon had been closed for quite a while. By now, my cousin had seen the comment from earlier and mentioned that she knew exactly what their so-called proof was, but the post in question was from October. My cousin was very upset as this post was not even close to being actual evidence of her operating now in January. She was also very upset that they insisted on coming inside the house with no cause or warrant when they could clearly see that my aunt does not understand the language very well. At the end of the conversation, the police officer apologized to my cousin and we thought it was the end of it. You must be wondering how we know that Karen was the one who called the cops. Well, she told us. The next day, my cousin received a message she realized was from from the woman who commented on the post. Karen decided to pretend like she's a customer.
Can I book an appointment?
Hey love, we're currently closed due to the lockdown. Once the lockdown is over, we will be more than happy to book you in.
Oh, my girlfriend was there yesterday. My apologies.
You must have gotten the date wrong. The salon is not taking clients until the lockdown is over. Thank you.
No problem, but I didn't get the date wrong. I also know the police came due to you being open. Take care.
I'm not gonna sit here and entertain your boring life. Maybe for a change, you can find another hobby rather than spreading lies and wasting people's time, including the police's time. Or even better, find an actual job. Have a good night.
I own my own spa that's closed, as should yours be. My mom is the one who called the cops. You are not entertaining me at all. Go back to your own country instead of screwing with ours.
My cousin decided to block her at this point. My cousin was happy this was all over. Her sister and I were still outraged at the racist comment and how someone could make up lies about a small business that led to the cops terrifying my aunt. When my cousin told me about Karen, the fact that she had her own spa really stood out. I did some digging. ProRevenge. Turns out Karen runs her own spa out of her house. Doing some more snooping, I found reviews from her clients on her business page that were posted on days that the city was under lockdown. The reviews could be from clients who received services before the lockdown and only now had a chance to write a review. To be sure, I found Karen's Instagram page. I decided to use her own trick against her. I created a new account with a generic name and followed her page so she couldn't see that I was related to my cousin. I then messaged her to ask about the prices for her services. Hey, I love your pics. I was wondering how much you charge.
Hey, girl. Thank you so much. What service are you after?
I am really interested in the baby booty glow facial.
That's awesome. My biggest seller for sure. Normally it's $125, but it's on buy one get one. So you pay for one session and get two.
That's such a great deal compared to others. When is your next available date?
Where you're located. I can't have people come to me in lockdown, but I travel to my clients.
Karen was not operating from her home location due to lockdown restrictions, but was traveling to her clients' homes, which is still against regulations. I then made up a lie about my home not having adequate space and asked for her address so we could meet up at my friend's place somewhere between her and I's locations. She foolishly told me her address. During this time, I also tried joining other community groups that she was part of. In one particular group, people in the community were promoting their small businesses. She had recently made a post about discounts on her services for the month of January. I immediately went online and submitted a report about her business still operating, including screenshots, her address, full name, etc. A few days passed by and I had forgotten to check up on it as I was busy with life again. I saw the incident report on a sticky note I had on my desk and decided to check in. Apparently, this was not Karen's first offense. Karen had already been fined $750 for having a client in her home during the first lockdown in my city. After being fined, she decided to change her business model and go to the client's home instead. Now she was fined $10,000. I was still following her Instagram, so I decided to check it out. She had gone on a rant about how she was going to do very bad things to the person who reported her. She also mentioned that she was no longer allowed to run her business. I'm not sure what type of ban the regional police put on her, but I immediately deleted the account and exited the groups I had joined earlier. At the end of the day, Karen got what she deserved, and I fulfilled my dream of pretending to be Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes. I've never second guessed my pronunciation of Sherlock Holmes. Oh no, this is bad. It's like the yips, but for words. Addict! Wow, thank you to everyone who took the time to read the story. I'll try replying to your comments as soon as I can. I've called my cousin and sent a link to her so she can also read through the comments too. Edit too! I noticed that some people didn't believe the fact that the woman was racist. This subreddit does not allow pics, so I've replied to their comments. But I'm too lazy. Anyway, yes, good revenge. Very professionally done. I don't know why that was funny. I guess because it's their profession, kind of, you know. Anyway, profession revenge. I'm sorry. I'm done. Anyway, yes, good. She broke lockdown procedures and stuff and potentially got peeps sick. Who knows? It's bad juju, man. Bad juju. Like, freaking storming the Capitol building, bro. I had to mention it. It's funny. I mean, it's serious, but like, it didn't surprise me. And I guess that's even worse than if it did surprise me. Because like how normalized this kind of behavior is within a certain group. All right, this story's called The Christmas Ornaments Robin Hood. It is 2020, unfortunately. No, it's not. Don't lie to me. It's 13 days into 2021. Freaking loser. We sow 2021. You sow 2000 and late. Sorry. It's the day after my two younger sisters and I flew out to Pennsylvania to see my dad, who lives there after getting divorced by my mom for 15 years of not being a good husband or dad. Yikes. He lives with his mom, cranky grandma, and her devil cat, as well as my amazing aunt and her angel kitten. Someone's a sub. Dad gets home from work. Where's Emmy? He asks my cranky grandma. She's in the basement, cranky grandma says, probably throwing in a snide comment or two about the newly dyed purple hair adorning my head, or the leather fingerless gloves that have joined my black wardrobe. Someone's a good writer. Looking for some Christmas ornaments? Dad goes down the basement stairs and finds me rummaging through cardboard boxes. What are you looking for? He says. Hi, Dad. Well, I noticed that you decorated for Christmas, but you're missing a few things. Where are the mooses? The mooses are a pair of stuffed moose that have been put up every Christmas since I can remember. They're brown, about 2 feet tall, and soft as a marshmallow. There's Mama Moose, who's named Mary, and Baby Moose, who is named Christmas, and is in a red velvet sack reading Merry Christmas on it in gold embroidery. The mooses always go on the couch to watch over the living room and all the decorations and presents in it while we're asleep. The problem with the mooses is that when my mom divorced Dad, she was so scared of him that she let him have almost everything. This included the mooses and quite a few more of her treasured ornaments. And since I've always been the one to set the mooses on the couch, that first Christmas with a divorced dad just didn't feel right without them. Dad helps me look for the mooses for a while. Sorry, sweetie. They must have gotten lost in the move, he says. I smile and don't tell him that I hate being called sweetie. It's okay, I say, and pull out a cardboard box. Hey, look! It's your What God Wants for Christmas box! I love that tradition! We go set up What God Wants for Christmas in the living room. I say, I think I'm gonna go take a nap. Okay. I go upstairs and into my room and shut the door. I walk over to the window seat / storage chest under the window. I open it. Hello, mooses, I say. The mooses lay on top of my stuffed animal collection, looking dusty. Several other ornaments I recognize as Mom's are keeping them company. I grin and shut the chest. It is the day we fly back to my home state. I have the mooses packed away in my suitcase and other ornaments tucked beside them, wrapped in my fluffiest but still black hoodie to protect them. I roll my suitcase out to the hallway. Dad is weighing youngest sister's bag to make sure it's under 50 pounds. Okay, now I need to check and make sure you're not stealing any of my stuff, he tells her. My mind says, oh no. My brain gives me uncomfortable memories of how Dad raged when he thought one of us had stolen his coffee mug. My voice says, privacy invaded in 3, 2, in a joking tone. Dad and youngest sister laugh. Dad does not not check anyone's suitcase. Damn! We are at the airport. Younger sister's suitcase is somehow 3 pounds over the weight limit.
Emmy, grab one of the suitcases that already went through and open it up. We'll put some of younger sister's stuff in there.
He gestures to my suitcase. My mind makes an ear-splitting screeching noise that sounds like someone slammed their brakes to avoid hitting a pterodactyl and hit the pterodactyl anyway. My brain imagines Dad opening the suitcase and going into a rage at the sight of the mooses. My voice says, "Sure, Dad." My hands grab youngest sister's suitcase instead of mine and pass it over. Dad opens it. Her suitcase contains no smuggled goods. We transfer the stuff, and the very nice airport lady sends all the bags down the conveyor belt. Dad asks me why I wave to mine. I shrug. "Just being weird," I say. "Good luck, mooses," my mind says. We are back home. My family, older sister who didn't go with us, Mom, my other grandma, who we call Maga, and my Papa, or Grandpa. We are all sitting in the living room catching up. I say, "I'm disappointed you took the tree down already." Older sister laughs.
It's past New Year's.
"I know," I say, "but I brought some stuff to put on it." I open my suitcase. I show around the ornaments I smuggled back. 3 tiny stuffed snowmen, our cat's catnip stuffed cat ornament, a white clay angel, a wooden rocking horse, a wooden mouse king, a clay snowman, my older sister's stuffed dog. Jeez. When I unveil the rocking horse, Maga gasps.
I bought that for your mother when she was little.
She exclaims.
How did your dad get it?
"That's not everything," I say. I unzip the flap hiding the mooses from view. I pull out the mooses. Older sister and Papa clap.
How did you get those back here right under Dad's nose?
Maga laughs so hard she has tears in her eyes. The tears in Mom's eyes are not from laughter. Slowly, she reaches out and takes the mooses, hugging them to her chest. Over their antlers, she mouths, "Thank you." And then she gets up and sets the mooses down on the couch right where they belong. Aw, I love a good Christmas story. I love a good Christmas tradition. Christmas is amazing. Christmas music. Frank Sinatra, Mac Miller if he did Christmas music. Anyway, you gotta appreciate the freaking OP getting all this stuff back just to make her mom and fam happy when the dad sucks. And we could take a lesson from this. If you guys have stuffed moose or mooses, if you're a Reddit post writer, then steal it back from your dad. I don't care if he lives with you or away from you, just steal it from him. If not the moose, then steal something else. Please, make everyone happy. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode.